Welcome to Oath&Ink Academy. Today we are breaking down the Hague Apostille Convention, something every notary and client dealing with international documents needs to understand. If a client has ever said their document needs an apostille, but you were unsure exactly what that meant or what your role is, this video answers that. We will cover what the convention is, how the process works, your legal responsibilities, and the scripts to use when clients come to you with these requests. The Hague Apostille Convention is an international treaty, first signed in 1961, that created a standardized method for authenticating public documents across member countries. Before this treaty, getting a document accepted abroad required going through multiple government agencies, a slow, expensive chain of certifications. The convention solved that with one single certificate called an apostille. Today, over 124 countries participate. If a document carries a valid apostille, member nations are required to accept it as properly authenticated. Here is where it gets confusing. People use apostille and authentication interchangeably, but they are two different processes for two different situations. An apostille applies when the destination country is a Hague Convention member. Authentication is the older, multi-step process used for non-Hague countries, involving the county clerk, the Secretary of State, the U.S. Department of State, and sometimes the destination country embassy. The critical first question for any client request is whether the destination country is a Hague member. The United States joined the convention in 1981, and all 50 states now issue apostilles. Over 124 member countries span Europe, the Americas, Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. Here is what to know. Membership expands over time, so always verify current status before advising a client. The official resource is hcth.net, the Hague Conference website. If the destination country is not listed, the more complex authentication chain applies, involving multiple agencies and significantly longer processing times. This is where many people become confused. They assume apostilles apply to only one or two document types. In reality, apostilles are required across many situations. Students studying abroad need transcripts and diplomas authenticated. Couples marrying internationally need birth and marriage certificates. Businesses need corporate documents and powers of attorney. Families navigating adoption need specialized paperwork. One thing beginners often overlook: not all documents need notarization first. Government-issued vital records may go directly to the Secretary of State without notarization. This becomes important because it is one of the most misunderstood aspects of the apostille process. The notary is step 1, notarizing the document. The Secretary of State is step 2, issuing the actual apostille. These are two completely separate roles. You do not issue apostilles, and you cannot guarantee acceptance abroad. Use this script: I can notarize your signature on this document, but I do not issue apostilles. Once notarized, you may submit it to the appropriate Secretary of State office for apostille processing. Let us look at the complete 8-step process. Steps 1 and 2 happen before any work begins, confirming the destination country and identifying the document type. This determines whether notarization is even needed. Steps 3 through 5 are the core process. Notarize if required, submit to the Secretary of State, and receive the apostille. Many clients believe the notary handles the entire process. Steps 4 and 5 belong to the client and the state. Steps 7 and 8 address non-Hague situations and your legal communication obligations. What could happen if these mistakes are not caught? Delays costing clients weeks and additional fees. The 3 highest risk errors. An illegible seal. The Secretary of State compares it against their records. A missing commission number, required on every certificate for apostille-bound documents, and submitting to the wrong state. The apostille must come from the state where the document was issued. Mistake 6 carries direct legal risk. Never guarantee foreign acceptance. Always use the compliant advisory script with every client. Another important point: these best practices separate a notary who creates delays from one who builds professional trust with clients and attorneys. Always verify Hague membership first. Use complete commission information on every certificate. Apply the correct notarial act, and use this compliant script. The requirements can vary depending on the receiving country and document type. For specific guidance, you may wish to contact the receiving agency or an attorney. Detailed journal entries for every apostille-bound notarization protect you if questions ever arise. That is a complete apostille overview, from what the convention is to exactly what your role is. 3 things to remember. First, you notarize the document. The Secretary of State issues the apostille. Second, always verify the destination country at www.hcch.net before advising any client. Third, use compliance scripts that protect you legally and serve your clients with accuracy. If this video helped you, like it and subscribe to Oath&Ink Academy for more professional education. I will see you in the next one.